Everyone. I hope you are well. Hope you had a fantastic summer holiday. You feel refreshed, recharged for our fantastic and exciting season. Um, Thank you very much for joining today and for your time. The session we have today, we're going to be talking about Royal Caribbean, why Royal Caribbean, our unique selling propositions, our brand values, our ships, private destinations, brand guidelines, and marketing assets, and how you can access and see our marketing assets that we always keep on adding new content and material to them. And if you had attended before one of those marketing sessions, you will see that there are a lot of like new updates and exciting news. It has been a very busy year for Royal Caribbean, as you know. We have been working on a lot of things. We delivered two ships only in 2024. Uh, yeah, so it has been really, really busy this year. So let's jump straight into the content that we have. So Royal Caribbean, uh, just in a nutshell. So Royal Caribbean, we don't think Royal Caribbean is just only a cruise. Royal Caribbean, we see the brand as the biggest and the oldest vacation on land or at sea. Visiting more than 200 destinations between Alaska and Australia and all in between. And we do have the biggest ships in the world to take our guests to these amazing destinations. Um, and the ships, they are packed with like amazing features, record-breaking amenities and activities on board, like the tallest slide at sea, the tallest water slide at the Caribbean, plus dining options and entertainment, and fantastic crew that would just look after our guests when visiting all these destinations. And for over 50 years, we've pushed the limits of what could be done at sea, on land, breaking records and earning honors along the way. We've built our brand like we build our ships by doing things no one has ever done before. So we are a global award-winning brand. So again, I mean, if you have attended one of those sessions, you will see like the accolades that we had. But now we have new accolades. We for 21 years running, we have been the best cruise line overall. We have in 2023 won the best cruise ship, which is actually Wonder of the Seas. Best entertainment 7 years running. Best private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Best sales and service 16 years running, and best cruise line in the Caribbean for 21 years running. So our brand values. So we do have kind of like two brand values, which kind of like sitting on four different foundations. So who we are or our ambition. So the two foundations or pillars for who we are is vision and execution. Vision is that we keep on dreaming big, and execution is that we never settle. We're dreaming big. We are thinking about being bold, innovative, thinking about discovery and surprise. We never settle with quality. We are always trying to improve, purposeful, no shortcuts, and continuous improvement. And then our moral compass, this is what we stand for, the compassion. As a brand, we kind of like, we are always like, receive our guests with arms wide open. It's about the warmth, the kindness, the acceptance, and the community, and the belief. We do believe always that we need to do the right thing. It's about integrity, honesty, respect, and safety. Then our mission is very much about kind of like how do we inspire adventure? I mean, we are selling an amazing product, and we believe that life is best lived when filled with as much adventure as possible. So this is what we inspire adventures to expand the horizons of our guests, of our trade partners, and bring them to life and connect the people and the different cultures. So it's literally just winding the horizons of our guests and our trade partners. Then our target seeker. So this is kind of like our customer or our target customers. So when we are thinking about our target customers, it's not about the age. It's not about kind of like we are targeting like a specific age group. It's very much about the mindset. We our customer or our guest is like what we call target seekers. These are the seekers that they are looking after adventure, like I mentioned, widening the horizons, looking to travel, meet new people, try different foods, visit new places, and learn about cultures. So literally, it's about bringing the whole family together to bond, grow, and gain new perspectives. So this is very much about our customers. So it's not about age, it's about the mindset. Now looking at our fleet and fares, so as you realize, we now have seven different classes. So you know our Royal Caribbean ships, we categorize them by different classes. So we have seven different classes with 29 ships. Um, so starting from the Vision class, Radiant class, Voyager class, Freedom, Quantum class, Oasis class, and Icon class, which is our latest and newest ship class. And Icon class, of course, comes the Icon of the Seas and Star of the Seas, which will be coming in 2025. It is very important to mention that in Royal Caribbean, we are always bringing kind of like the newest to the industry. Yes, of course, all brands, they are catching up, but when it comes to like kind of like introducing and coming up with new ideas and new additions to the industry, we have been long been known for our innovative onboard features, introducing kind of like um, only on Royal and first cruising features with each new class of ship. So, for example, with Icon of the Seas, we brought in the Hideaway Infinity Pool, which is the first suspended pool at sea, the Crown's Edge, and of course, all the favorites which we have in other different ships, whether it's the climbing wall, the Royal Promenade, the ice skating ring, the flow rider, the zip line, the aqua theater, the laser tags, so the bumper cars, so a lot of features that we have brought to the industry, and we always keep on like bringing new things to the industry as well. Um, Looking at what we've been delivering, so like I mentioned, we've been very busy. So if we are looking at the past 6 years, we have been delivering, or we have delivered actually six ships in the past 6 years. If you remember, in 2029, we had delivered Spectrum of the Seas, then followed by Odyssey of the Seas in 2021. Then we had Wonder of the Seas delivered in 2022. Icon of the Seas, of course, delivered this January in 2024. And lastly, Utopia of the Seas, which was delivered last month. And coming in 2025, we will also be delivering Star of the Seas, which is our second Icon class ship. If we have kind of like a closer look at the ships and how innovative they are, so we're gonna be looking at the different classes. So as you know, the Icon class ship or Icon of the Seas have been like really, really a huge success for I wouldn't say only for Royal Caribbean, but I mean like I would say for the cruise industry as a whole has been really, really, I mean, the amount of like coverage, whether it is online, offline, like it has been massive. It has been a fantastic year for the brand and specifically for the ship. So Icon of the Seas, as you know, is the first Icon class ship. Sorry, can I just make sure that you all hear me okay? Because I think I saw a message. see if you can hear me okay. Okay, thank you so much for confirming. Thank you. So like I was saying, Icon of the Seas, first Icon class ship. She is officially the biggest ship in the world, with a length of 364.8 meters, total guests 7,514, double occupancy 5,610, and total decks 20. So Icon has brought a lot of new things. Not only, like I mentioned, for Royal Caribbean, but also for the industry. So if we are looking at actually the pools on board, so what is great about Icon is that on Icon, just a reminder that we have 7 different pools that are actually dispersed on like 5 different decks. So the whole idea here is actually avoid any congestion or like any busy areas on the ship or on board. And not only that, we also brought kind of like family areas. So, for example, like of course, the Surfside, Water's Edge. So this is the area that is dedicated to the families. And then, of course, we have the Hideaway pool, which is the newest. As I mentioned, the only suspended pool on board, and there's only 4 adults. Then looking at the different features, so category 6, this is the largest water park at sea. Then the Crown's Edge, which is like an amazing new addition on Icon. The Aquadome, which is like amazing features. The Hideaway pool. The Surfside, which is the area that is dedicated for families. And like I mentioned, 7 pools on board, with the largest pool at sea. Then the different neighborhoods. So there are like 8 different neighborhoods that we have: the Thrill Island, Surfside, Chill Island, the Hideaway, Aquadome, Suite neighborhood, the Royal Promenade, and the Central Park. And then if we are looking at the new ship, actually Star of the Seas, which is the second ship in the Icon class, very similar to Icon of the Seas. And this is actually why, if you have been following our news, so literally a couple of weeks ago, we had the first reveal for Star of the Seas. And what we are calling, or actually the message that we are leading with, is the next icon, Star of the Seas. So we're going to be using this kind of like leading tagline or story until the end of this year. And it's literally just to kind of like utilize the success that we have with Icon of the Seas. And then from the new year, we're going to start focusing mainly on Star of the Seas. So, Star of the Seas is the second Icon class ship sailing 7 night Eastern and Western Caribbean from Port Canaveral, starting August 31, 25. And in December 2023, this is actually when we opened the sale for Star of the Seas because of the high demands that we had on Icon of the Seas, which actually we have decided that we're going to open the booking early for Star of the Seas to kind of like absorb like this high demands that we had on Icon. So we also opened the sales for Star of the Seas. Like I mentioned, so Homeport Port Canaveral, she is doing 7-9 Eastern and Western Caribbean. we are positioning Star of the Seas like very much like Icon is the best family vacation in the world. New to cruise families with kids from 0 to 16, and the inaugural sailing will take place on August 31st, 2025. Um, you will see, okay, so when Star of the Seas comes, when she arrives in August next year, she will be officially the biggest ship in the world. So if you look, actually, if I don't know if you saw it, so when I was talking about Icon, so the length for Icon is like 364.8 meters. So now Star, she will come at 365 meters, which officially makes her the biggest ship in the world. But if you look at all the other features, whether it's the double occupancy, the number of total guests, the total number of decks, it is literally just the same as Icon of the Seas. And of course, Star of the Seas, she will be the third ship in our fleet that is powered by LNG, of course, after Icon and after Utopia of the Seas. So, very important how we position actually our Icon class ships, of course, and Star in our case here is very much looking at four different pillars, or this is kind of like the messaging hierarchy that we have. So it's very much about focusing on different features on board. So we categorize the different features underneath different pillars. So the first pillar is the iconic chill. So this is very much based on the pools on board, whether it's pools for families or pools for relaxing, or just pools that they are only for adults, like the Hideaway and Swim and Tonic. And then we have the iconic thrills. So this is kind of like very much about the activities on board, like the Category 6 water park, the Crown's Edge, the Splashaway Bay, the Playscape, Flow Rider, Lost Dunes, which is our golf course on board, and the sports court as well. And the iconic wows, this is very much focusing on the entertainment and different attractions on board, like the Absolute Zero, the Aqua Theatre, the Royal Theatre, the bars, and the lounges on board. And the iconic bites, which of course provides all the dining options that we have on board, whether it is best spots for celebrations or best spots for families. So these are the four different pillars how we categorize, because we do have a lot of features and amenities and attractions on board. We kind of like to make it easier for also like our trade partners and for our guests to understand. And this also makes it easier for our communications as well, and how we categorize and communicate all this information with our travel partners and with our guests as well. Then moving to the second, or like the next class, which is the Oasis class. So with the Oasis class, we have 6 different ships: Wonder of the Seas, Symphony, Harmony, Allure, Oasis, and lastly, Utopia. I mean, 6 Oasis class ships, this is huge. I mean, if you are thinking that the Oasis class ships, this before we launched Icon, I mean, the Oasis class ship was the best, sorry, not the best, the biggest ship in the world. So we do have 6. We now have active 6 different ships under the Oasis class. Again, huge like amenity, huge number of features and amenities on board. The Sweet Neighborhood, the boardwalk, Royal Promenade, the pool and sports zone, entertainment place, youth zone, Vitality Spa and Fitness, and Central Park, and amazing features as well. Then the last, like I mentioned, Utopia, we just delivered Utopia last month. 6 Oasis class ship, the newest one, and is the first Oasis class ship that is powered by LNG. Utopia of the Seas is very much based on bigger ways to party, to splash and dine. She's doing 3 and 4 nights, and is very much combining the activities with the Perfect Day, because all sailings for Utopia are visiting Perfect Day. So the combination of activities and amenities from Perfect Day and Utopia, this is very much how we base our communication. Like I mentioned, all shorts, home porting in Port Canaveral, and all sailings visiting Perfect Day. Allure amplification, I hope you all saw the news that, or the great news that we will be amplifying Allure of the Seas. The great news is that we are having Allure of the Seas in Europe in 2025. So we are bringing a lot of features on Allure. If you remember, Allure of the Seas were actually, the plan was actually to amplify Allure in 2020, but because of the COVID, we had to delay this. So finally, she's here. She's going to be in Europe, in the Mediterranean, doing sailing out of Barcelona and Rome. And she will have a lot of new features, the Ultimate Abyss, the Perfect Storm, a redesigned resorts pool deck. And just to give you just a very quick overview of what's coming. So if you see like the purple, like the dark purple Star, these are all the new features: the Abyss, the Royal Escape Room, the Laser Tag, Lime and Coconut, Splash Away Bay, Perfect Storm, Loco Fresh, Wipeout, Shaved Ice, a Mason Jar, Playmakers, Pesky Parrot, and Panoramic Suite, which is our brand new suite category, or like not suite category, but kind of like suite room, which is the panoramic suite. And then if you look at the light purple, these are the reimagined or updated experiences. Adventure Oceans, Social 298. So these are kind of like what we already have, but we are kind of like redefining the experience. And of course, we have all the returning favorites, like the zip line, the flow rider, and the mini golf, and the rock climbing wall, and many more. Then the quantum class ship, of course, this we do have 5 different ships. 2 ships of those are ultimate or quantum ultra class, so Spectrum and Odyssey, and then we have Ovation, Anthem, and Quantum. And of course, all kind of like a summary of all the amazing features that we have on board the North Star, Ripcord iFly, Seaplex, Bionic Bar, Izumi, and Wonderland. Radiance class, and then the Freedom class, and the Voyager class, and finally the Vision class. So private destinations, I'm going to take you, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but I'll just very quickly go through the latest additions, which I'm sure you know. If you look at the bottom right of my screen, this is the Hideaway Beach. This was the latest addition that we launched. Perfect Day. This is an only adult area. All our kind of like research that we've been doing, asking the guests, what is it that you would like to see more, and all that. A lot of people were saying that they would like to have an adult only area at Perfect Day, and this is what we started doing. It's an amazing place. It has a lot of features. And then looking in general on Perfect Day, there are a lot of like amazing things: the Thrill Water Park, the Cocoa Beach Club, and this is the Hideaway Beach. This is a real life picture. Again, has been really popular. Huge success for Perfect Day and for the brand. Like I mentioned, has a lot of things to do. Party has the Hideaway swim up bar, On the Rocks bar, beach bars, the Bites, Slice of Paradise, Snack Shack, and the Cabanas, the Hideaway Cabanas, and the Hideout Cabanas, and of course Labadee, which is one at the second private destination that we have. And then the accommodations. I'm just conscious of time. I will just run quickly. I mean, I'm sure you do know our accommodations, the categories that we have, the dining options. We have like the complimentary dining options, and then the specialty, and of course the very famous youth program, the Adventure Ocean, that we have on board, and the entertainment. Again, we keep on adding amazing shows, whether it is West End shows or like on production. West End shows, as you know, on Icon, we have Wizard of Oz. This is kind of like our newest kind of like addition to the brand. And then we have our own production, which is really, really amazing and equally entertaining. And again, it's like very, very creative, and it's kind of like utilizing the spaces that we have on board in a fantastic way. Royal Amplified. So we this is a program that we've been running. Is actually we are amplifying all our ships. So if you look at 2018, 19, 20, and then in 2025, like I mentioned, we will be delivering the amplification of Allure. She's going to be ready for the sailings in April 2025, which is great news because we're going to have her also in Europe, sailing out of Barcelona and Rome. Just very quickly, and I'm sure some of you have seen some of the updates for the brands, for the brand guidelines. So one very important thing is that we do have an update on our brand guidelines. We do have we have added some new additions. Is that we have decided as a brand to unleash the crown and anchor. So this is actually, so like as an evolution for the brands and our look and feel, we have decided that we're gonna bring out more our crown and anchor. It has been something that it is monumental in our brands, and we have decided to focus more on the crown and anchor. So from there, this is what actually we are evolving our logo, the Royal Caribbean logo, and we are changing our logo from, as you know, it to the left, the one where we have the blue and yellow, to one where we're actually unleashing or focusing more on the crown and anchor. And I'm sure you have started seeing or realizing that we have started changing the logo across all our material. This is kind of like, I would say, like a process that is going to take time. So we have started, I mean, by the end of September, hopefully we will have this across all our channels changed. And we are changing also all our material that we are producing at the moment and updating it with the new logo as well. Just very quickly, how do we stand as a brand, our tone of voice? For Royal Caribbean, like I mentioned, we are selling holidays, we are selling vacations. We need to be clever, we need to be conversational, friendly, adventurous, smart. So, but this is what we are, but there is kind of like a line that we draw. So, for example, we're not trying to force ourselves to be cool or overly familiar, or being extreme with adventures. So this is kind of like very important to also understand how we stand as a brand. The photography, you'll always see that we are using very, very kind of like a photography that's catching a moment. So we don't kind of like use photography that it is kind of like staged or like posing for the camera. And then, of course, we do have the different color codes for our brands. And this is how we actually bring our color codes into our material. And we do have actually a huge set of guidelines that it is kind of like showing all this information, how to use and not to use our content or branding elements. And then for the fonts, we do have two fonts that we're using, is the Capra and the Darwin. We do have a content hub with a lot of information. So all our images and videos, they are always added into the content hub, which I mean, I'm sure that a lot of you have access to this content hub. But apart from that, actually, we do have our Club Royal portal. This is a portal that actually has everything on board. As you know, we do have a lot of launches, a lot of like new material, whether it's flyers, videos, and all that. So we actually have this Club Royal portal, we have all this information, and this is updated on daily basis. So whatever you will see here, this is the latest information that we have about the brand. And we also have a social media toolkit, which is something that we started doing recently, where we actually share with all our partners like the kind of like top 2, 3 posts on weekly basis, and we actually share the assets with the copy and hashtag guide to accompany the post as well. And this is just kind of like some examples of what we have. So like I mentioned, it's like different content styles. So this is kind of like, these are like different videos, and here we have stories and stills as well. Which brings us to the end of our session today. 2 minutes over time, but yeah, hopefully you managed to cover everything. Sorry, I'm just checking actually if you have any question. Unfortunately, I don't have Alex also on the call to help with the questions, but I'm sure like if you have any questions, yeah, just please feel free to send to Alex or myself, and we can definitely come back to you with any feedback or any support or help that you might need. So thank you very much, and it has been great to have you all today. I think we had like a really good attendance today. So yeah, that's really good. All right, thank you all so much, and yeah, hope to see you soon. Thank you. Yes, we will be sharing. Yeah, just I saw that very quickly. Yeah, I will be sharing the presentation as well. Thank you all. See you later. Bye.